Hello everyone, myself Daljit Kaur, your painting teacher. Today we are going to read our part B of second chapter, that is Deccan School of Art or Dakhni School of Art. First of all, let's start with introduction. The influence of Mughal style of painting on the Deccan paintings, which were already famous for its unique style and its unique features, introduced by Mughal painters. These artists were migrated to Deccan area in the era of Aurangzeb, and because of sought patronage there, this was the one of the major reason for the growth of other style of paintings in Deccan area like Ahmednagar, Bijapur, Golconda, Hyderabad and Tanjore. Nowadays, there are no evidence of pre-Mughal miniature paintings from Deccan at very early stages. Early center of paintings in Deccan during the 16th and 17th centuries were Ahmednagar, Bijapur, Golconda. In the beginning, these paintings were developed independently. Now, we are going to read about the sub-schools of Deccan School. First of all, 5 schools are there. They are Ahmednagar, Bijapur, Golconda, Hyderabad and Tanjore. Let's start with the first sub-school, that is Ahmednagar. The earliest examples of this school was taken from poetry written in the praise of Hussain Nizam Shah I and his queen, named Tarif-in-Hussain. One of the illustrations depicts the king sitting on the throne and attended by several women. The combination of northern traditions of Malwa and southern fashion depicted by female attires. Color scheme is also different from northern paintings. The high horizon, golden sky, and the landscape are depicted with Persian influence. Hindola Rag, portraits of Burhan Nizam Shah II and Malik Ambar are the other examples of this school. Second is Bijapur. Her paintings was patronized by Ali Adil Shah I and his successor Ibrahim II. An encyclopedia known as Nazm al-Ulam, which means Stars of Sciences, preserved in the Dublin, was illustrated in the era of Ali Adil Shah. This manuscript contains 876 miniatures. Females depicted in these illustrations with southern features. One of the miniature illustrated here shows the throne of prosperity. Lipakshi mural painting influence easily can be seen on the palm trees, animals, and men and women. Other features belong to Deccan paintings. But profuse use of golden color, some flowering plants, arabesques on the top of the throne are derived from Persian style. Next school is Golconda. The earliest work of Golconda are a group of 5 charming paintings painted in period of Muhammad Quli Qutb Shah. They show dancing girls entertaining the company. In another, they show the king in his court watching a dance performance. He wears the white Muslim coat with embroidered vertical band, a typical costume associated with the Golconda court. Golden color has been lavishly used in painting the architecture, costume, jewelry, vessels, etc. Other outstanding examples of the Golconda painting are Lady with the Manna Bird, an illustrated manuscript of a Sufi poet, a poet in a garden, a young man seated on a golden stool and reading a book, painted by artist Muhammad Ali. Next school is Hyderabad. In this school, painting started with the foundation of Asafjid dynasty by Mir Kamruddin Khan Nizamul Mulk in 1724 AD. Influence of Mughal style of painting on the already existing early style of Deccani paintings, introduced by several Mughal painters who migrated to Deccan during the period of Aurangzeb because he don't like paintings. This was the main reason of development of various styles of paintings in Deccani at Hyderabad and other centers. Features of the Deccani paintings of the 18th and 19th centuries are observed in the treatment of the ethnic type costumes, jewelry, flora, fauna, landscape, and colors, or you can say this in this school artist has derived themes from the native place. A typical example of Hyderabad school is a princess in the company of maids in a garden. The princess is reclining on the richly furnished terrace covered with a canopy. Trees and pools with aquatic birds are seen in the background. Painting's style is decorative. The flower beds, rich colors, Deccani facial types and costumes are the typical characteristics of Hyderabad school. It belongs to the third quarter of the 18th century. Next and last one school is Tanjore. A style of painting include bold drawing techniques of shading and use of pure and brilliant colors developed at Tanjore during late 18th and 19th centuries. A typical example of Tanjore painting is an illustrated wooden panel showing coronation of Ram. The scene is elaborately decorated with arcs. In the middle, Ram and Sita are seated on throne, attended by his brother and a lady. Rishis and courtiers and prince are shown in the right and left sides. In the foreground, Hanuman, Sugriv, who are being honored, and two other Vanars opening a box, perhaps containing gifts. The style is decorative, highlighted by use of the bright color and ornamental details. The conical crown is depicting typical feature of Tanjore paintings. Our next concept is paintings came under Deccani School of Art. They are Hazrat Nizamuddin Aulia and Amir Khusro, Ragini Patham Sikha, and last is Chand Bibi playing polo or chogan. So first is Hazrat Nizamuddin Aulia and Amir Khusro. Artist unknown. School Hyderabad School. Period is 1750 to 1770 AD. Medium watercolors on paper. Subject matter is this painting is vertical painting. There is a discussion between Hazrat Nizamuddin Aulia and Amir Khusro on a religious subject. Amir Khusro was a student of Nizamuddin Aulia. Description of this painting is: this painting is divided into two parts. In the foreground, Hazrat Nizamuddin Aulia and Amir Khusro are sitting on a roof and discussing on a religious subject. The roof has orange carpet. Both are wearing Muslim dresses. Amir Khusro has a red color musical instrument in his hand. Amir Khusro's dress is of brown and green color, decorated with embroidery. Hazrat Nizamuddin Aulia shown with green dress. Both have different type of turbans on heads. Amir Khusro's turban is like Muslim, while Hazrat Aulia's turban is round with red and green color. Hazrat Aulia's head has a yellow color ring at the back, which gives orange rays. A big white beard is of Hazrat Aulia's, and Amir Khusro's beard is black. In front of them, there are two gardens which are dividing by steps, two steps going up to the roof. On the roof, there are red wooden grills. In the background, we can easily see the plants of flowers. Right back of the Hazrat Nizamuddin Aulia is a big tree of brown color which is full of green leaves and yellow-orange flowers. Background is of light and dark blue color. In some places, we can see violet color also. Both faces are profile. In the center, a white color lamp is there and a book stand is also there. The whole painting is based on a religious concept. The yellow color ring at the behind of Hazrat Nizamuddin Aulia is dividing or giving more importance to rather than Amir Khusro. Second painting is Ragini Pathamsikha. Artist unknown. School Ahmednagar. Period approximately 1595 AD. Medium watercolor on paper. Subject matter: this is a vertical painting of Ragini Pathamsikha. It has been drawn from Rag Hans Dwani. In this painting, artist has shown his keen attachment to art, which is found only in the Anwar-e Suneli books. Out of them, this theme is taken for this painting. Description of this painting: a lady is sitting in the center having a veena in her hands. Two attendants are standing at both side, left and right side. Both are listening the veena. Right below, a liquor pot can be seen. An elephant having his trunk upward can be seen on the right side below, on the right side of the lady. Foreground is painted in red and orange colors. To balance it, more than half part of the painting is covered with green and yellow color. On the above, an umbrella is shown with the same color. Ladies are shown thin and in profile faces, which is the part of Mughal and Deccan art. In the background, orangish, red and yellow color tombs are there. Mainly three main tombs are there. In the center, one blue color tomb can be seen on which some Persian art can be seen. You can see in that tombs some creeping designs, or you can say some motifs are there with a golden color. Two dark green color toms can be also seen on the left and right side of the background. In the center, an umbrella and some green and yellow color flower and plants with leaves can be seen. The umbrella is hanged on two pillars which are of yellow colors. Ladies' garments are transparent, which is all from Mughal art. If you have remember, we have done portraits in the Mughal art. Lines are thin and hard and rhythmic. Full painting shows the Rag Hans Dvani Ragini Pathamsika. The main focus of this painting is Ragini Pathamsika. It is to be assumed that this painting is a successor of Mughal artist Usuf Athil Shah. But we are not sure about the name of the artist. The dresses of the ladies are the typical feature of the Deccan school. The handling of veena shows the rhythmic and bold full impression or expression both. Our last painting is Chand Bibi playing polo or chogan. Artist unknown, subschool Deccan Golconda, period 18th century, medium tempera on paper. Subject matter: this miniature painting shows Chand Bibi playing polo with her companions. This painting is focusing a light on the general lifestyle of the Deccans and depict the interest of royal women in sports in that time. Description and color scheme. It is said that Chand Bibi was a great horse rider and a fine polo player. She was one of the great historic Indian women who fought battles with the Mughal forces of Emperor Akbar. She was the sister of Nizam I of Ahmednagar and the widow of Ali Adil Shah I, the Sultan of Bijapur. In this painting, Chand Bibi and her companions are shown playing polo against a green background. Mainly, painting has been divided into two parts. The princes are mounted on beautifully decorated horses of white, black, dark brown and pale yellow colors. Horses are stout, sturdy and well decorated with uplifted foot of horses showing a dynamic movement. The uplifted foot of horses are only depicted for the movement, for the depiction of energy in the painting. The colorful decorated costumes and jewel covered has dresses. All the princes are painted delicately. Mainly, all princes has wear Gagra choli and the slacks can be seen underneath the transparent Gagra. In the foreground, there is a silvery grey lotus lake with the white aquatic birds, and in background has a receding plains depicting rocks, huts, hills and trees which representing the Persian style also. Ground is uneven with green mounds. There are three uneven lines of rocks with some greenery, sand, and a few white buildings in between the upper part of the painting. Chand Bibi is riding on the white horse and her companions are riding on the other horses. All faces are beautiful and profile faces with big open eyes, well-defined features, sharp nose, full lips, and softly curving chin. Here, artist want to show his interest for the feminine beauty skills has resulted in almost all facing looking identical. One lady is standing in the middle of the painting, directing the game. Her hands are extended sideways. The ball is in white color. Two players are trying to possess the ball with polo sticks, forming a cross in the center of the painting. Persian delicateness can be seen in the border, illustrated above and below. Pale green, yellow, brown, blue color have been used in the background, whereas figures and horses are bright colors. Sun is also shown in yellow color in the deep blue sky. Light shading in all areas give three-dimensionality to the whole composition. In this painting, in each and every portion, artist has shown the gradation tones, the value of the charming colors, and how to differentiate the tonal. Light shading in all areas gives three-dimensionality to the whole composition. Like you can see in background, mountains, light pale yellow, light green color, all are depicting the tonal values and the gradation tones of the colors. A sense of depth is successfully achieved with the receding landscape from mounds in the front to rocky lines and sand leading to a deep blue sky. In the foreground, where all women are playing polo, you can see some tonal values also there with some green, dark green, then light green, then middle green color is shown. Even in their horses also tonal value is there. Houses are only in flat colors. Features of the ladies and ornamentations and dresses of the ladies can be seen in Mughal style. So this was all